Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the first year residential experience, our FYRE-Side Chat. I'm Daisy Holly, the Associate Director of Student Success for the Office of Housing and Residential Life here at Wayne State University, and we are so excited to have you all here. The Office of Housing and Residential Life, as well as the greater campus community at Wayne, has so much to offer, so many resources, and we are so excited to share many of those with you today. But before we begin, let's break the ice a little bit and let's have a scavenger hunt. So we are going to spend some time. We have 7 items that we've identified, and we hope that you can find them around your home, your office, or wherever you may be tonight. The first item is super easy. We want you to grab something that is green. This green item, is worth 20 points. So if you can find something green, go ahead and grab that. And as a side note, please tally your own points because at the end, we're going to ask who has the most points and we'll go from there. All right, spend a few more seconds. If you have something green, give yourself those 20 points. All right, so next up, we're gonna do a blast from the past here. I don't even have one of these with me right now. Can you show us, if you have one, or just grab one and give yourself 50 points if you have a DVD? You have any DVDs out there? If you have one, give yourself 50 points. All right, so you know we love gold here at Wayne. Find something gold. I'm going to use my rose gold ring to give myself 20 points. I'm only at 20 points so far. Oh, green, my shirt. I'm at 40 points. All right, so this one we actually want to see if you're home and able to show us your pet. All right, I'm checking. All right. Well, if you had your pet and you showed it to us, that is worth 20 points. Next, another blast from the past because I clip my coupons digitally. Do you have a coupon? If you have a coupon, give yourself 10 points. If you know how to use a virtual coupon, we'll give you a bonus and say 5 points for that. Let's see. All right. Next, this is a fun one. If you have one, grab a coloring book. That's worth 20 points. I see somebody over here grabbing some things. Let's see. Take a couple more seconds. All right, and finally, show us some Wayne State gear or swag. That is our grand item for 80 points. I have one. My swag, I see some of my colleagues have on their swag. We get 80 points, but we can't win. All right, well, that concludes our scavenger hunt. So again, 20 points for something green, 50 points for a DVD. Something gold was worth 20 points. A coupon was worth 10 points, but 5 if you had a digital coupon. Your pet was worth 20 points. A coloring book, 20 points. And then finally, some Wayne State gear or swag for 80 points. Thank you so much for your participation. If you have some points that you want to share with us, you can just put them in the chat. For our top 5 winners, we'll go ahead and mail you a prize. So we'll connect with you on how we can get your information and send you something in the mail. That concludes our scavenger hunt. Thank you. Oh, I'm seeing some great points in there. Awesome, awesome. Thank you all for your participation. Thank you so much. We will definitely connect with you and let you know how we can get that prize to you. But again, my name is Daisy Holly. I am the Associate Director of Student Success here for the Office of Housing and Residential Life. Today, we're going to spend some time together just learning more about FIRE at Wayne State University. So our agenda is as follows. We're going to welcome you. That's what I'm doing now. We're going to talk about the FIRE community. We're going to talk about campus life. We're going to give you some virtual tours of our buildings. We'll also talk about how you can sign up to live on campus. We'll talk about our overnight orientation opportunity, and we'll leave some time at the end for some questions and answers. I still see those points coming in, so thank you all so much. So before we get into the FIRE communities, I want to share with you all our mission here in the Office of Housing and Residential Life. So Housing and Residential Life at Wayne State fosters student learning and success through engaging students in an intentional living learning community. Supported by safe, comfortable, and convenient residence hall, apartment, and dining environments, residents grow in self-awareness and cross-cultural understanding as they practice social and group development as members of a diverse group of learners at Wayne State University. So this is our mission, and hopefully today you're able to see how we apply our mission to our engagement opportunities for our residential students, and you learn more about the great opportunities we have here at Wayne State University in housing. So to get us started, we have two of our amazing community directors here at Housing and Residential Life. We have Joanna and Eric. I will pass the mic over to Joanna.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joanna. I am the community director of Chats. And a little bit about myself, I benefited from the FIRE program. I am an alumni of the university. I got a chance to be a desk assistant, be a resident advisor, a building assistant. So Wayne State poured so much into me. And I was even working with our TRIO program, which helps high school students prepare for college and transfer into college. So some of my students from that program are actually a part of the FIRE program this year. The Wayne State gave so much to me. So I am so honored to be able to be a part of the first year residential experience. And now I'll pass it over to my colleague, Eric.
Hello, everybody. My name is Eric Cox Jr. I'm the Ghaffari Hall Community Director. A little bit about me. I'm originally from Maplewood, Minnesota, which is where I graduated with my Bachelor of Science degree in Communication Studies with a double minor in Music and Theater. And then after that, I moved here to Michigan, where I graduated with my Master's of Education degree in Higher Education Leadership at Oakland University. While I'm not like an alumni like Joanna, I have been here and worked with the FIRE for a few months now, and I'm excited to introduce FIRE to y'all. So let's get into what FIRE is. So FIRE is a first year residential experience, which is a let me restart that. The first year residential experience, which stands for FIRE, is an exclusive residential community designed to accelerate your success as a student. All first year students living on campus will be a part of FIRE community. And so we'll pass it on to Joanna, who will talk more about why students live on campus.
So why do students choose to live on campus? Wayne State, first of all, is a melting pot of culture. And besides that, we have these amazing 4 pillars. The value, it's very much cost efficient. If you think about paying for mortgage or rent or gas, heat, utilities, water, all of those things, we kind of have just one solid bill instead of you monthly paying everything out. And overall, it's a little bit cheaper to be here on campus. Plus, you have all your resources. We go into convenience. It is 5 minutes away if you are driving. We have amazing parking structure, a bunch of them. But if you decide like, okay, well, I want to walk, that's 15 minutes away. We're so close to downtown. We're called Metro Detroit also. We have our people mover, we have the train, we have the bus, and it's so many little amazing shops that you can just get to if you need to. We have a grocery store right here over our bridge. It's directly across from our football field. It's a 2-minute walk. We make sure that everything is right here for you. Also, another amazing thing is the academic support. We have tutors that will come in, and we also have our UGL, which is our undergraduate library. You can go there, develop stronger in writing. And you can go to our faculty and administration building, which is our FAB building, and they have amazing math tutors as well. We have a lot of different, you have quick access to your academic advisors as well. And sometimes they come into our residential halls. So that is like really, really good. And then our floors in some buildings are specifically designed for your major. So on in chats right now, we have an honors floor, and our floor is we have a peer mentor, and she is a graduate student. Although she's law, she really helps our honors students from all different majors connect more with the academic advisors, ask really good questions to help them succeed. She's helping them journey. But more than that, it's just so many things that are given directly to you. Also, we've had engineering floors, medical floors. In Eric's building, which is FYRE, it's an all girls floor. So even if you're like, okay, I just want to kind of just live with just girls, it's okay. We want to make sure you have a great, comfortable experience. We have a building that is for specific art and theater students. That is the Thompson Home. So even if you're a freshman in your first year, you want to go live there, you can. We want to make sure we cultivate these experiences just for you. Also, the last one is the experience. You build lifelong friends. You have career opportunities. One of the major things that happen in the summer is our amazing Anthony Wayne Apartments. We have interns from all backgrounds who are coming and staying. That is such a great time to ask questions. How did you get this intern? What made you want to, be a part of this internship? And like, what are you learning? Because that's what helped me. Like, I started asking questions because they were right there again. Wayne State are going to provide resources in your hands. You just have to go and get it. And then the last thing is you want structure. These are so essential. And like, this is when I come in, our resident advisors come in. So again, why do we choose to live on campus? Because I can say we, because I stayed here. It's the low cost. It is the convenience. It is the academic success, and it's the experience. So now, Eric, you can dive a little bit more into the next slide.
Okay, so here are just some amazing pictures that we have, some examples of different experiences that we have on campus. If you see there, the first the 1 month later, the tips for self-care, those are different bulletin boards that RAs do on here, on our campus. RAs do different programs, from academic programs to social programs. So anything that we do in the residence hall is to not only help you academically, but it's to help you socially as well. We also do different outside activities such as bonfires, going to the different museums. There's a plethora of things that we do on campus that is free to you as students. And so we're going to have Logan Wallace, which is a FYRE resident. They're going to introduce themselves and then talk more about why they're a FYRE resident.
Hi. Someone give me a thumbs up so I know you can hear me. Anyone? Okay, good. Okay, good. So, hello, I'm Logan Wallace. I am a freshman here at Wayne. I double major in law and political science. I'm also a member of our honors college. I love living in a fire dorm for multiple reasons. One of them is definitely I work a couple of on-campus jobs and I'm really involved on campus. So I currently am a desk assistant in my building, Chatswood. I also work for Warrior 360, which is a program on campus that aims to kind of guide freshmen through their first year. I currently fill two coordinator positions on our campus activities team. My advisor for campus activities team is actually here today, Catherine. Um, I also just love how close I am to everything. You know what I mean? Like I wake up really late. I'm not gonna lie. So all of my classes are just like 10 minutes. It's just a walk, you know what I mean? So it's like you get up, you get ready, you're gone. And that's just really, really good. I think one of my favorite FYRE programs that we put on throughout the year has been our Foodie Fridays, where the FYRE program kind of takes over a restaurant for a Friday. So it's like from, I want to say it's from like 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. that whole night is just like I think last one was in our subway where it was just like free food. It was a good event. There was music. It was a lot of fun. Um, I think that something I also love at our fire program is just that because the dorm is completely freshmen, it just makes for a lot of really fun experiences, you know? Like you don't have to worry about anyone kind of being like judged or anything like that because you're all going into this completely brand new. So that's really exciting. I live on the 6th floor of Chatsworth. My RA is Levon. And he has just been a really integral part of my experience here at Chatsworth, just because we've done things together. Like he's actually on the campus activities too. We kind of joined at the same time, so that was kind of fun. Um, and he's also had to plan a lot of programs that we do in Chatsworth. Like he did a door decorating program where he had us create our own door decorations. So that's just like a little thing with your name on it. Those were cute. And then if I had to give some advice to an incoming freshman, I would definitely say keep the momentum. A lot of people start off really good and take on a lot at once, but you need to get your bearings and continue to make like an upward climb through the year. You know, you just have to make sure that you're not taking on too much and you're just taking on what you can handle and then building on that. So, yeah.
Thank you, Logan. Okay, so I know we talked a lot about the social experience on campus, but how do we support our FIRE residents? So FIRE is designed to help first-year students define what being a warrior means to them. We call them warriors here. You'll hear more about warrior pride and stuff a little later. The W, yes. Residents are also supported academically and socially by everyone in the building. So from the CD to the desk attendants to the resident advisors, we all share a common goal of making sure the students have a smooth transition to university life. Additionally, our campus partners such as libraries, financial aid, academic success center, and more hold hours right in our building. We like to bring campus resources in our building so we can bring the campus resources to the students and not always having the students go to the campus resources. So if you're coming down one day and you say, I kind of want to talk to someone in our counseling and psychological services. We call that CAPS here. You can come downstairs, book an appointment with them, and then go about your day. Or you can go to their office if you want to. Additionally, the specially designed residential curriculum that Joanna will be going more in depth later helps students transition successfully from high school to college. If you are in the chat and you went to college before, so families and stuff in here, you know that transition from high school to college can be tough for a lot of people. And lastly, Ghaffari Hall and Chatsworth Suites offer convenient opportunities to live on campus and in the heart of vibrant Midtown Detroit. Joanna talked about the trains a little earlier. We have the Q line that's here, and we get on the Q line for free, by the way. And so a lot of students like to get on the Q line to go downtown to Detroit to walk on the water. Now, the Q line does not take you to Canada, okay? But it gets you close enough to there.
Okay, so I'm going to fill you in on some of the amazing support because that is what we're focusing on. We want to make sure you know that you're supported. So I am a community director, and just like I'm a community director, so is Eric. We oversee these buildings, and we have a lot of staff members who do as well. But we oversee the first year experience, and we want to make sure everything is in place to support you. And our next thing that supports you immediately are our resident advisors. We have amazing resident advisors, and they support you through group chat, through personally being on your floor, from floor meetings, to also just checking in on you. Like how Logan talked about Levon being a resident advisor, and also he sits on one of our campus partners, CATS, which is the campus activities teams. We do a lot of Take Two programs where we take people to their different events. Also the Dean of Student events, which is called DOSO. We make sure we are programming and partnering with them because we want you to see that we are connected into our university. One of the most important things you have to be mindful of when you come to college is to connect into your university. And we want you to build your warrior pride that way. And what also helps us is Warrior 360, which journeys with you for the next 4 years, but they play such a pivotal role in your very first year. They have social workers there who are checking in on you because we want to help make sure that you're succeeding. And another one that they talked about was CAPS. Let me tell you one of the amazing benefits about CAPS. So during our fall and our winter semesters, more specifically, you have 16 free sessions that come because you are a student, because we want to make sure mentally you are strong and you're just at peace. Also, we have the health center, which I love. Even if you do not have insurance, we give you 2 free visits per semester. We also have a pharmacy next door to it where you can put your prescriptions in immediately, and the cost of the medicine is extremely deducted. I know because it helped me when I was a college student. Also, we have peer mentors on floors, like I mentioned earlier. I have the amazing Nia, who is my peer mentor in my building, and she really helps with navigating advisors and how we should grow with our honors floor and our honors students. She does such an amazing job. And Eric can give you all just a little bit more insight into the community council because he has an amazing community council in FYRE, and I just love it.
Yes, thank you. So I told Joanne I wanted to do community council because we have a great community council in our building, and I was also a part of community council. I was a first generation student coming into college, and so it was hard for me to get connected on campus until I heard about community council in our residence hall. And when I was eventually able to join community council as an event coordinator, I was able to get involved in the building, and then eventually was able to get involved on campus, and then eventually became an RA after that. And so if you are someone who's coming on here who is shy, or even if you are not shy and you want to get involved within a residence hall before you get involved outside the residence hall, community council is a great leadership opportunity. We have different positions in there, such as the president, the engagement coordinator, or you can be a simple board member if you just want to join something but not be in an actual leadership position. Community council is a great opportunity for everyone. So I do implore you and do tell you, if you choose to come here or when you come here, come and talk to Joanna and I so you can get involved with our community council. It's a great situation. Also, you get to use university dollars. So if you want a great activity on campus, let's say like a bounce castle outside or something, then you can do that. So come join community council. I just wanted to talk to you about that and can't wait for you all to come and then hopefully join it. And so now Joanna will be talking more in depth about our residential curriculum that we have on campus.
Look, y'all, I just have to say how amazing our residential curriculum is. So the first one is Warrior Pride. And every time I say it, I am going to put up my W because this is my school. So a great thing about Warrior Pride goes back into our campus partners and how we partner with them. But what programs specifically that we do is we call them Take Twos. And so we're getting our students involved in going to the different sports events, such as basketball, baseball, football, and we just want to, and we also have like volleyball, track, and swim, but we want to make sure that they know these teams represent us, and we want our teams to feel supported. Also, besides that, I love when we get the chance to partner with Doso. And so one of the cool things that they do in the summer is in front of chats, we have a really gorgeous lawn. So they sit out chairs, they give us popcorn, they throw up the speakers and give us a nice projector, and we watch movies that I like. And it is the best. One time they turned the front of the lawn into an arcade. So we had all these different little trucks parked on our grass. And then we have food vendors. There's just so much warrior pride that we instill in our students through our programming, but even we do it within our own building. Also, for the personal development and responsibility, I know I said that so backwards, so those last 2 words, but resume workshop building. I had an incredible RA who took it upon herself. She's a grad student, and she noticed that so many of our students had never got a chance to work for anybody before, so they didn't have a resume. She did a resume and root beer program. So they built root beer floats, but she did it in a conversation style. They sat down, they built resumes for the first time, and we put all of their experiences. I'm like, did you volunteer? She was asking them, tell me about some characteristics of yourself. What do these people say from places that you volunteer? And the things that they thought were so little, they mattered so much. Also, we did goal planning because in college, we want you to be structured and we want you to be realistic about your goals. So we did a whole goal planning program to help you navigate. Then we also did mock job interviews. That really birthed out of doing the resume building. And also the young lady who does the resume building, she works for Rocket Mortgage and she actually has people that work under her. So she was able to specifically tell them, this is what you would need in your resume. This is how you do it. So that insight was so helpful. And she stayed like talking to the students. So after she built their resumes, they asked her, can we do mock interviews? They did them for the RA positions, which is the resident advisor position. They did them for the desk positions. And we have a lot of med school students. So they asked if they could have med mock interviews because they have to interview to get into the higher parts of the program. And I just loved how like our little program just took off and spread its wings, and it did so much for the students and they appreciated it. Also, social justice and social justice and equity. So for that, we really believe in not just saying like, oh, we are a school that is a melting pot in diversity. We want to show it through programs. So I had the amazing Student Senate President Hayden, who is also a resident advisor. He did a diversity and puzzle program. And the goal is to paint these different puzzle pieces and like what colors reflect you and how do you feel like your piece connects with people in your room, different pieces. And through that, they built their own little puzzles for their rooms. And I love that so much because it got conversations going about what makes us different, what makes us unique, but what brings us together. And also we did my room is hate-free, because we wanted people to understand that in our dorm halls or in our residential halls, we create safe spaces. And we also wanted those who come visit to know this is a safe space. So people created their safe space signs and they put them on their doors. And we talked about what are the ways in which we can cultivate this environment and in this space. And the last one is academic engagement and success. We did a FOSFA program that was amazing. And Helica, she wanted students in November and December to be able to prepare for FOSFA. So she answered all questions. She literally sat down and was doing FOSFA applications with students just to make sure they had everything taken care of. And then she didn't mind doing follow-ups. Again, when I say we bring things directly into this building for you, we do that. And then a fun one we did was another RA did an academic success scavenger hunt. So some of the places that I named, they had like little stickers and things in places, and they sent you to go find it and had pictures and everything, but it helped you be very familiarized with the campus itself, with where your resources are, how close they are to you, and what they offer. So that is just a bit of our residential curriculum. And I'm just so grateful that I was able to share what we offer.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joanna and Eric, for sharing that amazing information. We're going to move forward and continue talking about the great opportunities that exist on campus at large. So I'm going to pass the floor over to my colleague, Catherine, who is the coordinator of campus activities for the Dean of Students Office, also known as DOSO.
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to get the opportunity to talk to you tonight about all the awesome things that there are to get involved with on campus. And I'm also a proud alumni, so I'm really excited that you're considering attending Wayne State, but living on campus is definitely the way to go. Okay, so to provide a brief overview of what the Dean of Students Office does, there's a lot of different things under our umbrella. So one major component is student organizations. So we have over 600 student organizations that you can get involved in on campus, which may seem overwhelming, but it means that there's truly something for everyone. So we have arcade clubs, we have video game clubs, dancing clubs, all different kinds of student organizations. There's a book club called the Spine Crackers that several of my students are involved in, and they love that. So there's truly something for everyone, whether you want to do something that you're kind of already involved in high school, or if you're interested in trying something new, there's always something to try. Also, the student activities. So you've heard several times the campus activities team, or CAT, mentioned. I'll go into a little bit more detail about that in a few minutes. We have overall student engagement and education opportunities. So we have leadership workshops, how to start a student organization if there's something that we don't have on campus that you're interested in bringing to the community. We also have a lot of focus around civic engagement, so how to vote, encouraging other students to vote. That's a really unique, I think, component to our office. Fraternity and sorority life is also run through the Dean of Students office. The W Food Pantry and Thrift Shop, which is an awesome resource that, again, I'll talk a little bit more about. And then our conduct and care processes. So we have a team of 3 individuals who comprise this part of our office. And really what it is if you have any concerns about your mental health or the mental health of other students maybe around you, academic dishonesty, you want different accessibility needs in a classroom, our website is kind of a one-stop shop for all of that, where you'll file a different form for kind of depending on what your concern is. And then one of our care case managers will reach out to you. So as you can see, there is a lot of different things happening in our office, but there's always someone to answer a question or help you out, whether you want to get involved or if you have an issue, or here to help you solve it. So this is a good time to plug something called the Cork app, which is really kind of your RSVP pass. It kind of is your gateway to getting into all the different things that are available to you on campus. So what it is you can RSVP to different events on campus through this app. And then once you get there, they'll scan this QR code for you, and it helps you to kind of us to track attendance to know what you're going to. And then you also have the opportunity to win free swag just by attending events on campus. So just by going to fun, free things, you're getting free Wayne State swag, which is really cool and something I'll touch on again in a second. But be on the lookout for Cork in the fall because it's really, you're going to be glad that you have it. All right, so now I get to talk about maybe my favorite topic because a big part of my job is advising this group, the campus activities team. So what is CAT? It's a student board that strives to make personal and campus-oriented connections through students. So it's a little bit of a twofold organization where you can be involved as a student and help us plan events, which is a great opportunity. And there's student assistants, you can be a coordinator, which is a leadership opportunity, or you can just be a general member of the organization and attend weekly meetings. Or if you're involved in a lot of other things, you can just attend our events, which are super fun and always free to students. We have typically between 2 and 3 events on campus every week, and those are truly just everything you can think of. So we've had inflatable nights, we have different craft events, we had gem painting the other night, ice cream socials, laser tag. Really, the options are endless and they change every single year. We also have larger scale traditional programming on campus, which happen a little bit less frequently, but they happen every year. So a couple of my favorites is something called Block Party. So that's at the beginning of the semester every year. And it's amazing. We take over a central piece of campus and we have a DJ, food trucks, photo booth, game trucks, different activities. There's a new theme every year. So it's a really great way to get involved and kind of kick off the semester. And then to end the semester, so in a few weeks, we have one coming up called Late Night Breakfast. And that's where you pay $1. You get to go in, well, if you're on campus, you don't have to pay. So it's already included. And it's all you can eat breakfast. There's a photo booth again, DJ, there's a theme of different activities. And it's really a way for students to kind of relieve stress and celebrate the end of the semester. So if you're looking to kind of be involved on campus, those are some things to kind of be on the lookout for. And then off campus, so it's great that you're going to hopefully live on campus and experience all of this, but we also have free opportunities for students to kind of get engaged in the larger campus community. So one piece of this is through something called Thursdays in the D, where we host biweekly programs to take you on trips to different things within the city. This can be museums, sporting events, we've done plays, we went and saw Wicked in February, and then tonight the students are getting a tour of the Wright Museum downtown, so there's always something there. And then on the weekends, bi-weekly, we have something called Weekends in the Mitten, where we take students on free trips to different things around the city. So we've done, or the state. So we've done a trip to Holland. In a couple weeks, we're going to a zoo lantern festival in Grand Rapids. So there's all kinds of different things, and the students do a really great job of kind of finding unique things that, again, are changed up and free every year. All right, so I mentioned this free swag. So we have a program called Warrior Rewards, and you're automatically enrolled just as being a student. and for attending our events, for attending athletic events, events put on by student organizations. There's also opportunities for you to take selfies with your professors and upload them, and you get points for all of this. And then once you reach a certain amount of points, again, it's all automatically tracked using that Cork app, you can get free prizes. So we have mugs, t-shirts, quarter zips, backpacks, W plushes. They're really, really quality free swag items. So definitely be on the lookout for that. It's a great way, like I said, you're just getting involved and then you get free warrior swag that you can wear to all of these events. So stay tuned and kind of remember that when you get to campus in the fall. Going into a little bit more detail about our W Food Pantry and Thrift Shop. So it's a free resource open to all students that's available Monday through Thursday, 2 to 7 p.m. And the way it works is that students can use the pantry twice a month to get free groceries just by kind of scanning in again with that Cork app. And if they need to go more, and you can kind of, it is need-based as well. So there is opportunity to go more than twice a month. We have something awesome called the thrift shop. So you can get up to 20 free items per month and kind of do your shopping on campus for free, which again, free is kind of the best price. In addition to food assistance, we also have hygiene items, small appliances. Really, it's a one-stop shop for a lot of different free things for students. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the Get Involved student newsletter. So as a student, when you get to campus, I know because my email was like this as a student, you get lots going on there, professors, all kinds of things. But if there's one thing that you can remember, it's look at the Get Involved newsletter, because if you're interested in being involved on campus, this will list all opportunities for you. So read this email if you remember one thing that I say tonight. It's automatically emailed to all students, so it'll already be in your inbox. It has news just about Wayne State in general, campus events, so all the CAT events are listed and their dates and times. Student organizations have different ads for things that they're hosting throughout the week. Those are included in this. Volunteer opportunities on campus. Student Senate is a really cool leadership opportunity on campus. As you can see, the voting information, this is just an example, but that is in there. So it's a really, really great way to kind of learn about how you can get involved on campus. So make sure you read it. And I think that might be everything. So thank you so much. And if you have any questions, I will put my email in the chat and feel free to reach out if you have anything to ask. So thank you.
All right. My name is Mario Cheney. Thank you so much, Catherine, for stopping by to talk about campus activities and campus live. We appreciate you. My name is Mario Cheney. I am the Associate Director of Marketing for Housing and Residential Life. Welcome to the FYRE-Side Chat. I'm so happy that you all are here and we can talk about FYRE and everything that's exciting about living on campus. So I had the opportunity to talk about two of the buildings that FYRE students live in. We also have Thompson, which is one of the other buildings, but that's strictly for our creative warriors. But today, like I said, I'm going to just talk a little bit about Chatsworth and Ghaffari Hall, which are pretty awesome buildings because you have two of most of the awesome community directors living with you all. So that's why I like it so much. In addition to that, so let me just do a little bit. I'm going to do a virtual tour. I know if you have not had a chance to stop by campus and take a look inside the buildings, please do so. We are here every day to kind of make sure you know what's going on and how you can get connected and sign up to live on campus, right? All right, so let's jump into a virtual tour of Chatsworth. All right. So just a little bit about Chatsworth. The building was built in 1928, but we renovated it from, I want to say, from the second floor to the seventh floor. Correct me if I'm wrong, Joanna. 7 floors. Awesome. I totally messed up that number every time I say it.
It's 9.
9. See, I did it. But the building was renovated, I believe, in 2019, from the second floor on up. And that's why you see all of the beautiful spaces that they have crafted for you all. So all of the stuff is within like the last 5 years. All new flooring, all new vanities, bedding, and all that good stuff is here for you to live in a suite. So a lot of the things that we definitely talked about, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into it, a little bit more about some of the amenities of the building in the next slide. But this building is really geared toward first-year students. We've done a lot of work and a lot of research to make sure like we have in-suite bathrooms. If I know the parents are on the call with us, if you go back to your days in college that you had a bathroom on the floor and that was for everybody, we don't really do that here. We have the ability to have it inside your suite so students feel comfortable in their space and in their building. In addition to that, they do have a floor on a kitchen on every floor, full size appliances, so refrigerator, stove or microwave, all with on the floor that the whole floor kind of takes care of. We do have housekeeping that also comes through and take care of those common areas, not the suites, but the common areas. And they kind of make sure that the space is for everybody, right? So that is Chatsworth. I'm going to show you also GoFari right now. All right. So this building is your traditional dorm room. So you have a 2 beds in a room with closet space as all of our rooms in GoFari. But the beautiful thing again for this particular building is that you have a in-room bathroom that you and your roommate can share. So a little bit about, let's go to GoFari. I'll go start there. So back to in GoFari, you have a single, double, and triple rooms. So that means that you, if you're staying in a single, you're by yourself. If you're staying in a double, you have 2 people in a room and so forth, right? Again, I talked about in-suite bathrooms in this particular space and ADA accommodations if you need some additional assistance, right? One thing we talked about earlier is like all of the amenities that are a part of just you living on campus that you're able to connect to the wireless internet. And once you connect, you can bounce from building to building without having to reconnect every time, right? So secure one card entry at the front door. So beautiful thing about our facilities is we have our one card, which is your student ID that will be coded for your building. So as you live on campus, you're able to swipe into the building. One thing we have is a 24-hour front desk at every building that our students are living at. In addition to that, we have a security monitor that watches, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Joanna, it's from like 9 to about 3 or 4 in the morning. Yeah, okay, cool. I got that right. So there, security monitor is also watching the front door as students are coming and going. Hopefully they're not coming and going between the hours of 2 to 5 o'clock in the morning, but we ask students to be responsible, but they're there to also help monitor the front door. Once you are able to go by the security monitor and the front desk staff, you can swipe to either get on the elevator or take the steps. That's again a part of your one card access, right? And then when you get to your floor, you then have to swipe to get into either your room or to your suite. In addition to that, you have to also swipe them to get into your room if you have a suite door. So there's like 5 or 6 steps before you can get to where you need to go, or anybody can get in the building. But we make sure that all the students living on campus have access to their buildings. But it's okay to have a friend come over. We just want to know who's here with you and who can make sure that you are safe as well as others in the buildings. Throughout the videos, you also saw a little bit of the social lounges that we have in the building. So every building that students are living in, they have lounges as well as community rooms that they take over. So they do event programming in them, or you can basically just study and have a study session with your friends. So that is your space to do whatever you want to do with. I believe in chats where they have both a gaming lounge as well as a study lounge. So they're like doing ping pong in one of the rooms, or either they're studying. So, you know, we understand that could be a little bit stressful, but you also want to blow off steam and have a little bit of fun, right? I know I played Levon beat me in ping pong the last time, so I'm not going to mention. That's why I'm glad he's not here today, because he would probably roast me and say he beat me a couple times, or either that was Marcus, one of the two. But yes, I lost. But these are, you know, moments that you can have just staying on campus. And I also enjoy being here with the students. So this is kind of my moment. I don't know if I told you who I am and where I come from. I am also an alum as well of the university. I'd love to hear that I came back to kind of work in housing. But I've been here for, I'm not going to say it, but 15 years, and it gets better every year, right? That's why I do what I love to do and do what I do for the students. Okay. That's enough about me. On-site laundry. So every building has on-site laundry. So you don't have to take your laundry home to your parents unless you want to. You can definitely wash them on site. We have an app, and I forget the name of the app, but you can definitely just put your money on the app and you are in the particular laundry room, and you could say, I want to use laundry, you know, the washer 357 or whatever, and you can make it start. The beautiful thing about the app tells you when your clothes are done washing or drying, so you can be notified through an app. Cool. If you watch a lot of streaming TV, that's a free service to you as well. You can bring a TV and just plug it right in, and you have access to our Xfinity streaming TV services. So the beautiful thing about these amenities, they're in every building. It's not just FYRE, but it's also Chatsworth as well. And these are the same amenities for that. So, but the difference in living in Chatsworth, again, you have suites, you have a 4-person suite, and then a 6-person suite as well. So these 2 options are for students living in Chatsworth. Again, a 4-person and it's for double occupancy. So that means there's 4-person to a suite. And if you're in a 6-person, you're in a 6-person suite, but there's still double rooms. Okay. And then let's talk a little bit about the application process. So throw it in the chat if you have applied already. Let's see how many students still need to apply or are thinking about applying. Let's see how it goes. I'll wait a couple seconds. Yay, applied. Okay, good, Christine. Good to see you apply. Where did you apply to? If you don't mind me asking. Nice. So when I say apply, and that's a good thing that you are like throwing it in that you have applied and been accepted. So when applied to Wayne State is one thing, and then applying to live on campus is another thing. So we really tell students, have you signed up for housing yet? So let me rephrase what I said. Have you all signed up for housing yet, or are you still thinking about it? Thank you, Don. You signed up. Awesome. All right, cool. Not yet. Okay. So I hope at the end of this conversation, that you would consider living on campus. There's still room and space for you all, but we always suggest the students to sign up early because space that they want fills up fast, right? As often, you know, hot commodity things do, right? So let me go through a little bit about the process about signing up to live on campus, right? So we have already begun for first year students to sign up to live on campus. What we have as a contract of sorts. It's called a housing license agreement. So you need to read through that carefully, okay? It's a legally binding agreement between you and the university. And if you're a student under the age of 18, you need a parent or guardian to also sign this agreement, okay? Complete the form in its entirety and then sign the license agreement and submit an $125 non-refundable processing fee, okay? Once you do that, you are able to then you'll receive, I believe, a date and time when you can then select your space. Again, the first year residential buildings would be Chatsworth, Gafari, and if you're a creative warrior, you have the option of living also in Thompson, which is right across the street from Old Main. Old Main is our premier building on campus. I'm sorry, one of our first buildings on campus, and that's where a lot of our creative classes are. So for example, if you're into drawing, painting, music, dance, a lot of the classes are in that building. So that's why we have this facility just for them that is right across the street, okay? If you are a student that wants to room with another student, let's say you're coming from your high school and you have a friend that you want to be roommates with, the person who has the first date of the license agreement will, I believe, put you all as the roommates together. And then once that happens, you're able to be locked into a room. You'll select a room and then you'll be able to be roommates. In addition to that, we know that some things do change over time between now and let's say July or at beginning of August. So we give you that option to make changes to your room assignment one time per day. So no worries if you change your mind about what you would like to do in terms of being, let's say, in Chatsworth versus Gafari, you want to stay in a 4-person suite versus a 6-person suite. You're not locked in until about July 1st, I think is the last date, because at that time we need to start to finalize assignments. So once you pick that last assignment, we're kind of holding you to that, but you have until then to kind of make that decision, okay? All right, I have one thing in the chat I want to answer. It says, are first year students required to live in FYRE dorms? Yes, they are. Okay, thank you, Dawn, for that question. So Joanna, I think you answered that in the chat as well. MedDirect, cool. All right, so what I'm going to do is go through some frequently asked questions before I open it up to you all. So maybe this will answer some of the questions for you. It says, what happens if I apply when I'm under the age of 18? And I mentioned this before, that we need a parent or guardian to also sign their license agreement because you are under the legal age of signing a legal document, okay? Next, it says my housing license agreement is completed and the steps are reported, but I'm not able to select the room. Why is that? It says when you sign and made the $125 non-refundable housing processing fee, you were under the age of 18. So there are some things that stop the process, and you need to just make sure that everything is kind of checked off. So we always tell the students to also fill out the agreement in its entirety, because also let's say we're placing you with another student, we want to make sure you all have like-minded things in common. So for example, if you wake up at 5 o'clock and you go running, we don't want you to disturb your roommate who wakes up at noon because they're not an early morning person, okay? So we try to make sure that all the questions that you're asked in the housing license agreement is that we're also helps us with placement in case you don't have a roommate in your room, okay? Next, this is what do I do if I want to live in the same room as another person? Again, this goes back to your roommate. So what you'll do is basically, I think in the portal, because the portal is a little different, you can select a space in there and say, these are my roommates. And the first person with the earlier license agreement becomes the captain. And then they will select that room for the room, I'm sorry, the group, excuse me. And they also, just to make sure there's beds in there that is open. So the portal will let you know, like, hey, you only have one bed left, so you can't have 5 people in your rooms, right? So just be mindful of that when you are selecting your spaces. All right. We see some of the questions in the chat. I will either come back to them, or if the CDs can help answer those questions, let me know. Okay. It says, am I required to have a meal plan? And the answer is yes. So there is 3 meal plans, and possibly there might be a 4th one coming. We're finalizing the meal plans this month, and we hopefully can release all the information. So be mindful. I want to say a couple of things too. Make sure you're checking your emails. We're sending out information about changes or things that are happening, because as we end this semester, we're starting to finalize all of our things for the 24-25 academic year. So be on the lookout, because there will definitely be a notice about the meal plans in your emails, especially the parents. If you're also looking, just let your students know that we are sending communications to their emails. Okay, so let me explain a little bit about the meal plans. So let's start with the first one. It's called Warrior Pass 200. So we have one for sure, but maybe 2. It depends on the amount of meal plans we can get students to sign up for. So we have unlimited plus 150 Warrior dollars. So the unlimited is access to our dining facility, which is Towers Cafe, and you're able to swipe unlimited into that facility. And if we have another one, which is our Golden Greens, which is located in Gafari, it's for more of our vegan, halal type of options. You can also swipe there as well for unlimited times. In addition to that, you will receive 150 Warrior dollars. So Warrior dollars is like our on-campus cash of sorts, or money system, I should say. So for example, if you receive $150, you're able to spend that money as, let's say, our Warrior Market, or you can use it to print or even parking, but that is your money to do what you would like with, right? In addition to that, we'll give you 50 one-card dollars. So one-card dollars is, again, you can use that money on campus, but also off campus. So we have relationships with restaurants and stores, businesses in the areas that accept the one card as payment. So that's, for example, if you want Jet's Pizza, you're able to spend that money at Jet's Pizza down the street from us. And a lot of our students eat a lot of Jet Pizza. I'm sure Joanna and Eric can attest to that. But that is your money to spend how you see fit. You receive this kind of the setup semester-wise per semester. So every semester you'll get a new set of Warrior dollars and one-card dollars and a new set of swipes to either Towers or Golden Greens Cafe. Okay. So it's the little bit of difference is if you go to the weekly 15. Let's say I don't want to eat unlimited at the Towers Cafe or Golden Greens, but I do want to think about eating somewhere else. Let's say, for example, I don't mind having a little bit of breakfast, and I want to have Taco Tuesday, and I want to go to Taco Bell, which is one of our restaurants in the student center. Well, we'll give you $300 Warrior dollars for that. And then in addition to that, we'll give you 100 one-card dollars. So you're able to eat less at the Towers and Golden Greens, but you're able to spend money at other facilities on campus. It's however you see fit. That's your money to do what you will with it, right? And the same thing goes for the Black 175. So the Black 175 is a set number of swipes, again, just like the weekly 15, but you have until you've hit that mark, and then it's up to you to find your own eating after that. But we give you, for like Black 175, we give you $412.50. And then in addition to that, $137 of work card dollars, right? So you kind of see it just depends on what you want to do. As nothing is set in stone. We do have a time during the September where you can change it. If you're like, okay, I'm not going to eat that much at Towers Cafe, so I would like more money. We will prorate it after that time, but you're not set in stone. But I believe in September there's a time you can do it. It's called a meal plan change. Okay. And you'll receive an email from our department saying, think about, making a decision about your meal plans. Would you like to stay with the current one you have, or you want to change it? And let's say come January, when the new semester starts for the winter, that you may want to change to a different meal plan, you're able to do that as well. So like you've gone through the whole semester and you don't think that you need it, you want more swipes at Towers Cafe, then you're able to change that as well. Okay. All right, how do I know what housing and dining will cost? So the beautiful thing about that, we are in final stages of setting that cost for the 24-25 academic year. Like I said, you'll receive an email from housing when that is finalized. But what I would do now, and I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but there's some good things happening on behalf of the students that you all would love. But I would go to housing.wayne.edu/live/cost to see what the cost for the current year is. And, we tell students there might be a 3% increase, there may not be a 3% increase. It just depends on some factors of we're always talking about inflation right now, but again, we always fight to keep the cost low for our students, okay? All right. Next, it says, what should I do if I have a medical or physical need related to my housing? So we talked about this a little bit earlier about the Student Disability Services Office. So what you should do is connect with them first. And what they would do is inform us what you need in order to make your stay here successful. So here's their their web address, studentdisability.wayne.edu. So start there, and what we would do is work with them to make everything you need happen, okay? And I have two more. It says, what is the cancellation deadline? So we have until June 30. Let's say you signed up and you decided not to come to the university, or you decide not to live with us. You have until June 30th, 2024 to make that final decision. After that, then we will hold you to what's in our license agreement for the I believe the cancellation term. So you need to read through that specifically in the license agreement about how to cancel, what are the terms of canceling with the university and housing, okay? But if you signed up, let's say you signed up January 1, and you still have 14 days after that initial sign up to cancel. But if you signed up, let's say January, and you're thinking about not staying or not coming to university, you really consider canceling your license agreement early, okay? All right. And then my last FAQ slide. It says, is there a deadline to sign up for housing? And the answer is no. You can sign up for housing at any time, even the first day of classes if you decide to move on campus, which I would think hopefully you would sign up early so you can have all the benefits of move-in, all the benefits of we do a ton of programming around students coming to campus. It's a ball come the first week of school, and even leading up to the first week of school, so you don't want to miss that. But definitely there is not a deadline for students to live on campus, okay? Before I go on, orientation overnight is happening. We have 3 dates that you might want to consider to come try out housing and see what it is to live on campus. We have some exciting things planned. I know Daisy is in the works trying to get things planned for you all, and I'm also working with her as well on planning some engagement and some things, but they have a ball. I come to as well to the event, and I kind of just stick around and just watch all the students have a good time. They have a bonfire, they have bingo. I know that a lot of our RAs stay around for the summer with us, so they help us with the event as well. And they not only help us with the event, but they do bingo. Bingo is very competitive here on campus. So once you get here and you start seeing how, that free space is very hot commodity for a lot of students, but I would encourage you all to really consider coming in to be a part of the orientation overnight. Like I said, it is a blast to be here. Excuse me. Excuse me. And then last, take a picture of our screen, follow us on social, especially on our Instagram. We're trying to get our Instagram follows up at Wayne State Housing. But if you have questions, these are our information. So our housing.wayne.edu is our website, housing@wayne.edu is our email, and 313-577-2116 is our phone if you have any questions about living on campus. 1 second. All right. So it is now a time for you to talk to us. You can ask us any questions. You can throw it in the chat. We'll read it out loud. You can come on camera and you can talk to us. We're here to answer those questions for you. Make sure you have everything you need. So However you want to start, we're here. We'll let it flow.
Mario,
Yes.
there was a question in the chat that Joanna and I weren't able to answer is when will we receive the information for the dorm deposit and the due date?
Oh, so you should have received that already. It's as when you go to sign up, it will ask you to automatically pay before it moves on to the next step. So if you go to housing.wayne.edu/apply, and you scroll down to the 2425 section of the website, you'll see the steps on how to walk through the sign up process. Okay.
Can you tell me, is the dorm deposit covered by Pell?
It is not.
What about scholarship?
It is not. I
Okay,
do
so,
apologize. Yeah, I do
Okay.
apologize. It's a fee that is not covered under any of our financial aid resources.
all right, do you know how much that is?
It's 125. And it's not
125.
refundable. Yes.
So that's on top of the application 125 fee?
It's the same thing. So we have what's called the non-refundable fee processing fee, and it's just 125.
Okay, so once we did the application, they charged us the 125. That's what you're talking about.
Correct. So I want to make
Okay.
sure it's understood that the housing license agreement is separate from the university application to be at the university, right?
Gotcha.
Yes, right. So once you complete
Once I
your
paid for that 125 once, I'm done.
correct.
Okay, cool.
You should have been allowed to like go through the whole portal process after that.
Yeah, we did the application and she actually signed up for towers,
Okay.
which we did not know that she had to sign into a FYRE dorm.
Mhm.
So I don't know if she got an email or not. I'll be texting her. She's gone for spring break to find
Okay.
out if she's an email telling her that she needs to change that.
So yeah, if you having more issues, email us at housing@wayne.edu and we'll be able to figure out what the problem is. Maybe she's coded wrong in the system we don't know why. Okay.
Housing at what?
Housing@wayne.edu.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi,
Oh.
I paid the application fee as you all were just discussing. I guess my question was that I put in the chat, when will we receive, is it after FAFSA is processed, like, what the actual cost is and balance for the semester? That's the information I'm trying to find out.
So yes, I can't answer that because that is a financial aid question. So
Yep.
when things are like finalized with FOSFA, I know there's a whole debacle with FOSFA right now. So we apologize, but it's really not us, the government.
Right.
Yeah.
But the once they do all of the packaging of your financial aid and all that good stuff, and they awarded everything, which
Okay.
I hear sometimes it's closer to fall. So the closer you get to fall, you'll be hearing more from the financial aid department. But you'll know our costs for housing as early as mid-May, early June. So you'll know that cost right off the bat.
Okay.
Whatever the additional cost is for your tuition, that will be something you have to really wait for financial aid to solidify with you. So
Okay.
you can definitely, I think the financial aid website is, and if not, what I'll do is I'll find it. Right now, my computer is kind of like in presentation mode. So
Okay.
I can't pull it, but if Eric or Joanna, can you pull the financial aid website and throw it in the chat for everyone? That website, I would probably look to see when they should have updates and when things are happening. And if not, again, there's there's an email that you can email and someone should respond to you about what's happening, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
That's a big concern. Like, you need to have to keep asking, are you checking the email? Did they say how much the final amount is owed for the dorm? So
Yeah.
thank you.
She won't have that right away
Okay.
because a lot of things need to be finalized before it happens. And right now we're still in this winter semester that has not happened yet.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
it will probably be late because again, the phosphor debacle. So that's what I'll say phosphor Watergate. That's what I want to call it.
Yeah. The easier FAFSA, supposed to be so much easier and pleasant.
Yeah,
Right.
we heard that that's not happening. So yes. Any other questions?
Just FYI, I just put the 2 links in the chat, the financial aid link. And then also if you want to read about the resources that if you live on campus that you have within our residence halls, there's also that link there as well.
Thank you.
I have one more question. How do we get the recording of this meeting so that my daughter can watch it because she's gone tonight?
Yes, so I'm gonna throw it on our FYRE website, which is housing.wayne.edu/live/fire. You
Okay,
can
great. It's
it will
FYRE FY, right?
FYRE, yes. And if she can wait till Tuesday at the earliest is when it will be available. We'll do a
Okay,
little bit
great.
of
She'll
editing.
be back home Monday, so
Awesome.
thank you.
Yes. Okay. Any other questions? Did we catch everybody in the chat?
Yeah, Eric and myself took care of answering any of the questions in the chat, so we've actually answered them all.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm gonna hang out about another 2 minutes, and I think Eric, Joanna, and Daisy, if you don't mind hanging out for another 2 minutes, and just to make sure that everyone is good with questions. But at this time, we can say thank you, Logan, for joining us and giving us your perspective
Yes,
on
President.
living on campus. Yes, Paulette, I'm sorry.
Yes, hi. Yeah, I did ask the question. How do you know which dorm does the honor student stay in? Is it which?
So it's Chatsworth Suites is the honors. We have a
Okay.
whole floor for honors. So when you select, I believe there's something in the license agreement that says, are you an honors student? And you select this and they'll ask you, would you like to live on that floor? It's not automatic because we don't want to assume that a student wants to live with other students like themselves. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
I'm
Thank you
sorry,
all.
I have another question follow up. My daughter was saying that they had time before they made that choice of where they or what room, and I mean they're gonna stay in Chatsworth, but roommate and all that information. She said she had time, and I always tell her you don't have time because their time and school's time is different.
Yes. So what she should have received the email stating when she can go into the system and select her space. That might be what she's referring to as the time. So she should have received, if it has not happened yet, it will happen soon. And it's based on when you applied basically. So if you applied, let's say February 1, all the students who applied since January 22nd are coming before you to select their space. So it's the kind of the domino effect. We're kind of working through the system just so that there's not a gang of students at one time trying to pick the same space. So we're trying to walk that process through. But tell her to check her email. If not, again, you can email housing@wayne.edu and it's like, hey, I'm just trying to check to see when I'm able to select my space.
Excellent, thank you.
No problem. All right, no problem, Amy. We're so glad we could help you and give you a little bit more information about FYRE. All right. Okay. I'm going to call it. You all have a good night. Thank you so much for joining us for our presentation. I'm gonna put up the last slide. We can't wait for you to come on campus. As you can see, we're all here to support you. You have Joanna, you have Eric, you have Daisy, you have myself. This will be a successful first year for you, all right? Welcome to Wayne State. Bye-bye.